Welcome to Panel 1, Panel 2 and my supervisor. I am from Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology. Today I am going to present about my Bachelor Degree Project 1. Title of my project is Design of a Low-Cost Restroom Exhaust Ventilation System Sensor for Odor Elimination. My name is Kuganeswarao Subramaniam. My metric number is B091810487. I am from BMMH 3 BMMH 1/2. This is the table content of my project. The first one is introduction. Introduction will be explaining on the definition of ventilation. The second one is problem statement. Third one is research objective. The research objective is divided into two, which is general objective and specific objective. Next is scope of study, literature review, methodology. The methodology is divided in few parts, which is flow chart, components, prototype material, design concept, block diagram, and project circuit diagram. Project circuit design. Next is expected outcome, preliminary result, Gantt chart, and finally reference. As the introduction of my project, ventilation is very important everywhere in a building. Fresh air is unquestionably essential to humans. We need it to live. In a perfect world, we will be outside all the time, breathing clean and pure air. Most of the building there will be the ventilation rate according to the building type. Ventilation rate is the most significant parameter in ventilation design and operation. This statement was stated by Nielsen and Lee on 2019. Next is, according to Bhagat and Linden on 2020, the pandemic right now, ventilation is one of the important issues to take in action. In this COVID pandemic, air intake should be low and should extract higher to overcome the issue right now. Next one is the problem statement. The problem statement of this project is, odor is the main problem in restroom because of the most of the place does not have a good ventilation. Strong odor in your restroom can lead a person to be in health problem, mainly for the pregnant woman. Not only a pregnant woman, but the elderly also might be affected. A lot of unwanted gas in the restroom, such as ammonia and carbon dioxide. As in the restroom, we human being will be releasing carbon dioxide, and this gas will be unwanted for the human being. And the last statement is the smell of tobacco in the restroom. Now we are going to see about the research objective. The general objective of my project is to eliminate odor in restroom using low-cost sensor. The specific objective is to identify the odor parameters such as carbon dioxide and ammonia in restroom prototype. To compare the level of carbon dioxide and ammonia. To develop the low-cost fan system using Arduino Uno as the platform to tackle the odor in the restroom. The scope of the study is to use the sensor to detect carbon dioxide and ammonia. Next is, Arduino should be used as the controller. Exhaust fan only need to operate when needed. According to this system, the exhaust fan will be only operating when needed, and the exhaust fan won't be operating for 24 hours. This could save the energy consumption. Now we are going to see on the literature review. First one is ventilation. To keep occupants healthy, buildings are vented to get outside air into a building or space and disperse it throughout it. This statement was stated by Nielsen and Lee on 2019, and according to Mason, Holler, Venerman, and Husson on 2020, ventilation system must be implemented in a highly insulated and airtight building. The next one is natural ventilation. In ventilation is divided into different types of ventilation. The first one is natural ventilation. Natural ventilation is needed as it consumes less energy. This statement was stated by Ahmed, Kumar and Motet on 2021. According to Wahab, Aziz and Salam, people are growing more interested in using natural resources to achieve the objective because the public concern about the environment. By using natural ventilation, we as a human being can be healthy by using natural ventilation, and also the natural ventilation will be very friendly to the human. This is the next part of the literature review. In the next type of ventilation is mechanical ventilation. According to Chakarapani on 2020, mechanical ventilation's major goal is to achieve appropriate gas exchange, which includes appropriate oxygenation and enough ventilation for CO2. Mechanical ventilation is also needed for the patient undergoing general anesthesia or experiencing respiratory failure in the setting of serious disease. According to this disease stated here, mechanical ventilation is most probably important. Next one is toilet ventilation. Toilets in Japan are typically at 15 times each hour. They develop a method that uses sensor to manage the exhaust air for appropriate ventilation. This, this method was taken in Japan to overcome the problem in the restroom. This statement was stated by Kimura on 2019. The next part of literature review I'm going to explain on the order. Odor can influence emotion and mood. 5 minutes of exposure to an unpleasant odor might cause a negative mood and mild anxiety, where 5 minutes of exposure to nice odor can provide a positive mood and relaxing effect. This statement was stated by Contaris and Wilson on 2020. The most major source of air pollution is odor. This statement stated by Bokawa on 2021. The next one is odor sensor. Many industries, including food, the environment, health, and perfumery, require an odor sensing device. This statement was stated by Mojino on 2017. The last part of the literature review is Arduino Uno. Arduino began as a project for design students with the goal of replacing the basic STEM. Arduino contains an inbuilt microcontroller that is programmed using an integrated development environment IDE. Simple to program. Arduino is very simple microcontroller to be programmed and also to be erased. It is used in most of the electronic parts and to control some systems. The next part is methodology. My project methodology is started with prototype making. The next is sensor and fan fixing on the prototype. The next one is Arduino programming and Arduino instruction. As the Arduino instruction were implemented, the sensor will detect smell. If the sensor detects smells, the exhaust fan will be activated. If the sensor does not detect smells, it will be returned to the instruction and will be gaining the sensor detect smell. As the exhaust fan is activated, the smell will be released. If the smell still does not release, the exhaust fan will keep on running, and as the smell releases, the system will be end. The next part is the component. The first component is Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is used to receive signals from carbon dioxide and ammonia sensor. When the sensors detect smell, the Arduino transmits signal to the output. The next one is carbon dioxide gas detector QC102. This is the device that detects carbon dioxide gas with a specific reading. And this is the sensor that I suggest to use in my project. The next sensor I use is ammonia gas detector MQ137. This device detect ammonia gas with specific reading. And this sensor also I have choose to fix in my prototype. And the last component is PC fan. Works as exhaust fan to extract the odor. As the prototype is simple and small, I use PC fan because it's quite small to be function in the prototype. The next part is restroom prototype material. This is the list of material for my project. The first one is corrugated cardboard. As the roof of the prototype, I'll be using this and the brown 2 mm thick cardboard to be used as the surround wall for the partition. This is the design concept for my project. The top I am using corrugated cardboard and the wall I am using cardboard, brown 2 mm thick cardboard, and the dimension is as follows. At the ground is 15 by 30 by 20, and for the roof I am using 40 by 20 cm. This is the block diagram of my project. The DC power supply, CO2 sensor, ammonia gas detector is the input for the Arduino, and the exhaust fan is the output of the project, and the exhaust fan is used to extract the air in the prototype. This is the circuit diagram. I'll be doing according to this circuit diagram during my project building. Okay, right now we are going to see on the expected outcome. Can help the future industry by using the system in a building. This system can be used in building in future industry, as right now they are not using this system and they are using a simple system which fix the exhaust fan in the wall and extract the air in the restroom for 24 hours. Next one is can apply the smell in simple place. As this system were implemented, we can fix it in any simple place also. Next one is user can be comfortable while using the restroom. According to this statement, the user of the restroom will be comfortable to use the restroom anywhere. The next part is preliminary result. This is my preliminary result. I have drawn a schematic diagram. This diagram I draw in the FreakZing software, where the 12 volt will be input for the Arduino, and this is the ground, and this represent the both sensor of my project. The sensor will be sending the signal to the Arduino, the both sensor, and I have fixed an LED as the output, and this LED is represented by the exhaust fan. This is my Gantt chart. I have done my project according to this progress. This is the references of my presentation. This one is the continued session of the references, list of the reference. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening my presentation.